Happy 5th of December and welcome to my Christmas tree scarf knit along using leftover yarns, mini skeins or forgotten stash. I thought today I'm going to check my little recording device and how it shoots in the dark, and I'm pretty surprised. I mean, it's pitch black on my terrace and I can see myself. Down here you see the Christmas tree of the Ratshuisplatz. The Ratshaus is where the politicians sit and talk about the town and the valley. And in the back is the church. Right here is a mini Christmas tree. This is the big Christmas tree. And down there is a little bar that just pops up every Advent. And people are there around fire and drink hot wine with spices in it. It's called Glühwein. And eat cookies and stuff and talk. And this is my chimney. Now you saw my terrace in the dark. So let's go down and look at the tree from today. Today's Christmas tree I think is my favorite so far. I really love the yarn mix and I will show it to you in a second. But first I want to show you this. I found this, it was like in school at Christmas market, and they had a second-hand room set up. It's originally from Picot. And I actually bought it for my daughter. It's all alpaca and viscose. And it has that shiny, that's probably the viscose, that green, gold, reddish thread in there. And it's super warm. And I paid like $2 for this. I buy all my clothes secondhand, or I make it myself. I don't buy new stuff. I mean, for $2, an alpaca viscose cardigan, you have to take it, and it's garter stitch. My daughter put it on and she said, I look like a middle-aged secretary. Sorry if you're a middle-aged secretary. I have no problem with middle-aged secretaries, but I guess my daughter does, and I kind of look like an old secretary in this one. But anyway, it's super warm. I was wearing it today. I didn't freeze. I was actually kind of overheating all day long. Each seam is like this, which means it's knitted back and forth and sewn together even on top. Every seam is like that. You could frog it into a big ball of yarn and knit something else with it. I would love to try that, but I have already so many projects going. So I will put that on hold for a while and just wear it till I like it. I kind of like it already better than I did at the beginning. But what I want to try is adding a few rows of garter stitch by the sleeves, because they're a little short. And so the sleeves fit, I will do that on the bottom too. Maybe later in this video I can make a yarn choice for this cardigan. But now, let's look at the Christmas tree. Today this lady is joining the kids and the snowman. She has a nice white scarf and a pom-pom on her head. For today's Christmas tree I'm going to use this Christmas sock yarn, this bright green mohair silk mix, this black sock yarn with short green stripes, and this thread with tiny little sequin flowers. So let's see what happens. Boom! I love this. This is one of my favorite trees so far, I think. I love the green progression here. And I love that there is a little red on the top. And this thread and that black sock yarn I also used in my Knit a Square a Week for 50 Weeks. If you're interested in that project, go check it out. I'm still at it, and the third square will be very special. I am, however, not up to date with it because of this calendar. This tree is not quite finished. It needs the stem and the picot bind off here, and I thought I will do that for you because there was some confusion with the stem and 6 picot bumps on the right side here, or the left, however you hold it. The left if you bind off on the wrong side row. So let's do that together. I just did the 5th picot bump from the right and cast off 1 stitch after that. So I will cast off a second stitch before I do my stem. Put the stitch back to the left needle and cast on 4 with the knitted cast on method. And then I knit back 4 stitches. Turn my work, so I still have this first stitch here. Make a double stitch for a short row. Knit 3 stitches back. And knit back up the stem. Then I knit that double stitch. So it's 4 stitches. And then I knit that first stitch and the stitch that's in the wrong side row on the tree together. And then I make a short row stitch out of that one, knit 4 stitches up, turn my work, make a short row again. After 4 stitches, turn my work, make a double stitch, turn my work again. Now I can cast off. I bind off 6. 2, there's the double stitch, 3, 3 other double stitch, 4, 5, 6. And after 6 bind offs, I put this stitch back onto the left needle and do my picot bumps. And cast off 2 more. Put that one on the left needle. And this way I end up on the last stitch, which will be connecting my picot bump to the tree. And then I have 5 picot bumps on either side of the tree. This is the wrong side, and when you bind off, you can do 2 bind offs here after this bump and then start the tree stem and then do 6 bind offs and finish the picot bumps. But look at this mix. I really love it. I love the green here and that bright green thread that goes through the dark parts here. And then that little bit of red with green on top. And the tiny flowers, you barely see them actually, but there's some speckles in there. This is so far, I think, really my favorite. Coming back to my cardigan. I show you what I'm doing here just so maybe it inspires you if you have some short sleeves in some sweater, or maybe it gives you another idea for another project. That's actually a tubular cast on, and for tubular cast ons you cast on half the stitches and then double them in whatever row you want to wrap the beginning around, so it's a tube. That's why it's called tubular cast on. I actually have a short video that shows how to do that. So the first row here is actually half the stitches than the actual sleeve. So I will have to pick up a stitch in between each knitted leg here to get the same amount of stitches that's in the sleeve. And by the neckline and length of the sweater here, I can just pick up a stitch in each stitch. And on the bottom it's a tubular cast on again. So I will do a few rows, probably that much to make the sleeve longer. And maybe add one garter ridge or so along, around on the bottom, all around, just to make the sleeve fit in the design. And I went through my stash and found this Peruvian alpaca and this dark gray, also Peruvian alpaca. No, this is actually merino and baby alpaca mix. But it both has a back and side, so I stay true to the material of this cardigan. And maybe I even mix this alpaca with this Ito yarn silk, just to have enough, because I don't know if this is enough for everything I want to do with it. Because I would have to take this double, because this yarn is much thinner. If I look at those garter ridges, they're a little bit thinner than the ones of my trees, so maybe a 5mm needle probably is good for this. I will see. I will show you the result when I have one. And the reason I chose this beige, first of all, because there's some similar color freckles in there from the viscose. And second, because I wear it with this colored skirt, which is basically the same color. I mean, I could also wear it with a gray or with a greenish skirt or pants, which I barely wear. I like skirts because they fit no matter what. You can eat a lot, you can eat a little, and they fit, and you don't have to try them on. And I don't have patience to try on pants. That's why. I think it would look nice. What do you think? The reason I'm standing here now is because those are the advent calendars I made for the kids. I make them advent calendars each year. And those little figures I showed you in my videos, they were in advent calendars when they were little. Now they want like teenage stuff in their advent calendars, like lip balm and eyeshadow and stuff like that. And now they want to craft their own stuff too. Specifically, they want a spindle with the drop spindle. So I got them both 14 Rolags, which I will add to the calendars from Fiberworks. I think she has a wonderful business. And obviously I could have made those Rolags myself, but I didn't have time. And I really think it's nice to support the Etsy stores, especially around the holidays. They are so nice. And there was a little confusion going on, which is not even worth mentioning it, but to apologize, she sent a little thank you. She sent 2 extra Rolags as a thank you. That was so not necessary. Thank you so much. They are beautiful. So let's open one of those packages. They're both the same. They are called Fairy Dust Collection. They also have glitter inside. I mean, what do you think? I would love to spin that. And all those beautiful colors. Ooh, I know my younger daughter will love this purple one. Look at the shades in it. And the glitter. I think my elder daughter will love this one a lot. The yellow, soft pink. Beautiful. They're so pretty. I wish I could keep them myself. No, my kids will be really, really happy to get that. And each of them will get each color, and then they can sit together and exchange if they want to. I will also add those 2 extra Rolags to the collection. So thank you, Fiber Quirks. It's very beautiful. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to see how I make the trees, you can watch this video. If you want to see tomorrow's video, you can watch this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I see you tomorrow.